And like all good podcasts, I've recorded as we're talking.
And hopefully this time around there will be sound.
Hopefully.
Well, this is hopefully the first proper go. The first pretend go, we managed to do an entire podcast and didn't record any sound. So fingers crossed we've got those technical gremlins out of the way.
You never know. You never know. We'll see.
We'll see. I might just put it up as silent.
Yeah, let everyone lip read.
People can try and work out. We might get a massive deaf following or something like that.
Dear.
Yeah. I don't know. There's much of a deaf following for podcasts, to be honest.
Nah, probably
I don't
not.
think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works. Right. Shall we start?
Might as well.
Okay, we'll have a go. Hello and welcome to How I Vegan podcast. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Wez.
And we're here to talk all things vegan.
If you've been vegan for years, if you're a recent convert or you're just V-curious, we'll have something for you.
We'll be reviewing some of our vegan experiences, talking about vegan events and speaking to vegans from all walks of life to find out the answers to the key questions.
What's your vegan story?
What was the hardest thing for you at the time?
What did your friends and family think about it?
Where do you get your protein?
How have things changed for you?
What advice would you give to anyone who's thinking about going vegan?
Who is your vegan inspiration?
What's the best thing about being vegan?
What's your favourite vegan product at the moment?
Where do you get your protein?
We'll be covering all aspects of veganism, not just plant-based food. So if you're interested in what materials to wear instead of wool or leather,
or what beauty products to use, we'll be speaking to people in the know who can guide us all through.
We're not here to preach and we'll never tell you you're not vegan enough.
We're all going through our own stuff and it's difficult. So this podcast aims to be supportive rather than looking down on people.
We're not perfect vegans, not by a long stretch. So we'll be learning things about ourselves along the way too.
I like how you stumbled on the word perfect. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, WordPress, and YouTube. Just search for How I Vegan Podcast.
You can send an email or a voice note to us at howiveganpodcast@gmail.com.
So Wes, let's start with you. What's your vegan story?
Well, it's a long one. So, excuse my cough. So, I met my now wife, coming up to 20 years ago. And she was vegan when I met her. And I wasn't. I was full on carnivore. You were
a big steak man.
I was a big steak man, big burger man. Loved it. Loved it all. And time went on. Things changed. And then one day I came home from work and she was watching Cowspiracy. She'd made a little bit of a change that I'd sort of I wasn't sure about. Something was different. And do you know what? I'm going to start that again because that was bullshit.
You missed out the bit about her not being vegan anymore.
Yeah. And I knew I'd done it and I was stumbling thinking, how the fuck do I get out of this?
All right, give me editing practice.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a long story. So I met my now wife probably 20 years, coming up to 20 years ago. She was vegan when I met her. And I wasn't. I was a full-on carnivore. I loved all steak, burgers, hot dogs, you name it. I loved it. Great stuff. Mm-hmm. As time went on, she got pregnant with our first child and had this massive craving for fish for some reason. So she started eating fish. Then she got she had a problem with her spine. spinal cord, and she read something about that. Well, there was a hole in the casing for a spinal cord that was a bit random, and she'd read that something to do with gelatinous food might help to repair it. I think it was more to it than that, but that's what happened. So she started eating meat again, and then time moved on a bit again, and then I noticed something was different. Something had changed. She hadn't said anything to me, and then I came in one night and she was watching Cowspiracy, and I was like, I ain't watching this crap. I'm not gonna. No, I ain't interested in this. I sat there on my phone, and she was watching it. I was sat on my phone flicking through, and it was just like, I don't know, 20 minutes in, I started getting hooked, and by the end of it, at least, I was like full on. This is shocking. This is disgraceful. And I remember saying, there's a credits roll, and I went, will it save us money if I went vegan? If I went vegan? And she went, well, yeah, of course it will. And I went, right, I'm in. That was it. And it was an image. There was an image in the film, and it was just a simple image. You see it everywhere now. If you're into this type of thing, of a man laying underneath a cow sucking on the udder, getting milk out.
Yes.
And I was like, no, that's just foul. That's disgusting. No, I know we all know it. Well, we don't actually do that, but we know that's where it comes from. And that was it. From I went to bed that night, and I woke up the next day, and that was me. Stopped. I've made
Just like that.
Yeah. Went completely cold turkey. Not that that's an inappropriate saying. Cold turkey, yeah. But no. Yeah.
Wow.
I made that change, and I made a few errors along the way, just learning, the accidental milk in my tea.
Yeah.
Some forgetting to not put cheese on a pasta dish and that sort of thing. But now I'm on top of it all, and no regrets, never going back, no matter what. No chance. What about yourself?
Tremendous. Well, so my first encounter with veganism was also your wife, because we're brothers-in-law. So I'm married to your wife's sister.
You are.
Is that right? That's right, isn't it? Yes. So I met her 2000. That was, so 22 years ago.
Wow.
And I at the time thought, that sounds absolutely nuts. Why on earth would anybody want to do that? Because the main reason, I think, was the availability of vegan products was basically none. And whenever we would go out for like a meal for a family birthday or something like that, she would end up having like chips or a green salad, and that would be it, or chips and a green salad if she was really hungry. And that was it. And I was like, that sounds horrendous. Why would anybody do that? And my now wife at the time was vegetarian, and so I thought I'll try and get in her good books, and I went vegetarian as well. And when I'd been growing up, my dad had been vegetarian since I was about 10. So for me, vegetarian wasn't a massive step, because our house was quite pro-veggie, if you like. So going vegetarian, I didn't feel was a massive step. But the vegan bit was like that's like insanity. And then so we went we were vegetarian for a bit. Then again, for I think health reasons, we went back to meat, which is obviously, as it turns out, complete
in hindsight.
having now watched What the Health, I can I'm certain that was complete nonsense. But anyway, and having two young kids as well, it was a lot easier to be just cooking one dish at meal times. We were both working and all that kind of thing. It was just something we didn't contemplate. So then basically, once we'd heard that you two had gone over to the light side, we watched Cowspiracy and then What the Health, and we were both like, yeah, I'm up for that, definitely. And then basically finished off what was in the freezer, and that was it. Actually finished off what was in the freezer. So we would have veggie mince in like spaghetti bolognese already, because it was just something that we'd done. So that was just really finishing off like corn mince with the egg in it, for example. And that sort of thing, rather than eating meat anymore. So yeah, what's that been, nearly 4 years are we up to now? Or is it 5 years?
It will be 4 years in March, because I made the change on my 40th birthday.
Yes.
So, and I'm 43.
Yes.
I will be 44.
Now. Yes. So 4 years. So I was about a month and a half behind you, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
And what is funny is that I remember my wife saying to me, Wes has gone vegan. I was like, what? No way. And I was like, there's no way I could do that. What's brought that on? And she was like, oh yeah, he's watched this film on Netflix. I was like, oh, we better find out what that's all about then. And then that was it.
And it wasn't Pulp Fiction.
No, it wasn't Pulp Fiction. Amazing. Oh dear. So what was the hardest thing for you at that time then?
The food thing wasn't hard at all. I got it in my head. Then I was like, nah, that's not happening. I think the hardest thing was literally people. It was people's perception. I don't think it had anything to do with the fact I used to eat meat a lot. It was just people were like the usual crappy questions. What do you eat? What do you eat? Yes. What are you doing that for? Where do you get your protein from? And it's like, it was just that my wife had said to me, don't preach, never preach to people. I was like, don't plan on doing that. I don't really plan on telling anybody. Well, as more and more people found out, they'd be asking them daft questions. And it was like, I didn't really know the answers. I just knew I didn't want to do it anymore. And they'd ask the preachy answers, and they were asking the preachy questions. And I was trying to answer in a non-preachy manner. And it was
very difficult.
So hard. Because they're trying to one, trip you up, two, maybe learn a bit if they wanted to, maybe, more than likely not. That was hard, so hard, just getting through social moments.
Yes. And for me it was similar. It was the people, when you say you suddenly don't want milk in your coffee, and they'll be like, why not? Oh, I don't drink milk anymore. What? What's wrong with you? That sort of thing. Really, really quite awkward, because like you say, it's all new and you've got all this stuff in your head. You know, you've watched these films and started looking at things on the internet and reading up on stuff. And people are saying, well, why don't you drink milk then? And you don't really want to say, well, you do want to say, well, because it's meant for baby cows. It's not meant for humans, like grown adults. It's not made for us, and all the other arguments for why you wouldn't have milk. But when you're in the kitchen at work making a coffee, you don't really want that sort of confrontation.
Yeah,
I'm not a confrontational person, so I don't really want to get into that with somebody that I've got to work with, because it's not something I'm comfortable with, and also you've still got to work with these people or whatever, so that can make it more difficult. Yeah,
and when you initially either make the change or you've learned something about it, and you're like, well, I need to make something different here. You're having to process that in your head, but you're also processing the fact that you've got to unlearn years of crap. You've got that trying to get that through your brain, and then someone's going, why, and you're like, hang on a minute, I'm trying to work this out myself. You know, you go and do your thing, and I'm just trying to work my own thing out here. And I think that's kind of it. That was a big thing for me.
Yes, absolutely. So, what about friends and family? What were their reactions?
I think friends was 50-50. Some of them were just like, that's crackers, but fair play to you. Yeah, if that's what you're doing, that's fine. And they're on board with it. And The other 50% were just Mickey taking, which again is fine. I expected it to be 100% Mickey taking, but it wasn't, so that's fine. And family just, they're stuck in their ways. So stuck in their ways. And it was like, no, you're proper bonkers and weird. And what are the farmers going to do? Farmers need to make a living. Yeah, okay. Whatever.
We're going to be overrun with chickens.
Yeah. All the cows that will be like roaming around our gardens. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. I'd say pretty much the same, really. There's an element of banter that I'm perfectly fine with. You know, there were people at work who would, make it. Certain people at work who I kind of feel like I would let them get away with stuff that I wouldn't let other people get away with, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
One guy he'd like stop in the cafe opposite our office on his way into work and say, bring up and say, "Do you want a bacon sandwich?" And then just hang up before I could swear at him.
Brilliant.
But I was okay with that because it's just part of the banter of the office, and I know he didn't mean it maliciously, because that was part of just the sort of relationship that we had, that we would just take the piss out of each other all the time. So I was fine with that. And then there's a few people like, I posted a couple of things, not much. I tried not to put much on Facebook or anything like that. I put something on Facebook and someone said, "No, that's it. I'm not following anymore because I've got family who are," I think they were like lamb farmers or something like that.
That's bad.
And I was like, "No," I was like, "Well, see you."
Yeah, ta-da then. Yeah.
That's it.
There's a chap I work with. You have to excuse my cough again. Sorry.
Yeah.
So he's one of them just loud people. He just likes to hear the sound of his own voice, and he's just like, he'll always make a comment every single week at work. I work weekends, so every week that we're at the canteen at lunch break or meal break, whatever you want to call it. And he's like, "What's Wes eating?" I'm like, "Ask everyone else. You haven't asked anybody else what they're eating, but you'll ask what I'm eating. What? Why? I'm just trying to find out. No, you're not. You're just trying to make a mark of me." I'm like, just sod off. Does it every week, and then he's like, if they're getting a takeaway, he's like, he gets the takeaway menu out, and he's like, "What can Wes have?" I'm like, "I can find out for myself. I can read, and I know what I can have. And you're just trying to make a point, so sod off." That's annoying. I don't mind the banter, but it's that sort of making a point of it is really stupid. Yeah.
Yes. I've had a few times when we've been at a meeting or something like that at work, and there's like maybe a lunch or cakes or something like that, and they offered round, and I'll always just say, "No, I'm okay, thanks." Like that. That's it. I'm not gonna make a big thing of it in a room of like 20 odd people or something like that. This is in the olden days when we used to have rooms of 20 people, obviously.
Yes.
And some people I work with would often say, "Oh, he's vegan."
For you.
I was like, "Why do you need to say that? I just said no thanks." Just move on. The person offering me the cake has just thought, "Oh, he doesn't want a cake." They don't need to know.
No. Yeah.
It's really weird.
How do you know someone's a vegan? Someone else will tell them.
Someone else will tell them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's very funny.
Oh man. That's crazy. I mean, you got that thing with work where like someone's birthday and people bring cakes in, and they're always like, "Oh, we'll get you some." Don't we? Every time I'm like, you don't need to get me anything. 1, I'm not bothered. 2, save your money. And 3, if you do, you'll probably get it wrong.
Yeah. And 4, I'm fat enough as it is. I don't need cakes.
Yeah, exactly. Cheeky get.
And also, you can't buy one cupcake.
No.
One vegan cupcake.
No.
You've got to buy like a tray or a big, massive one of them big Bosch cakes in Tesco that's like serves 12.
That's fine. Someone did that. Someone bought me a lemon drizzle Bosch cake. I was like, "It's fine by me." And everyone else went, "Can I try a bit?" I went, No, you're going to take the piss. No. But But yeah, this one bloke, bless him, he'd gone to the free from section and bought a pack of digestive biscuits from the free from section. There was 12 biscuits. I think there was 12 biscuits in that. Cost him about £3.50. And I mean, I make corrugated cardboard. The corrugated cardboard would have tasted better. It was awful. But I said to him, just buy some, if you were going to do that, just buy a packet of digestives for 45p. He was like, really? I went, yeah, stop going to the free from section. You don't need to.
No, all bourbons. Bourbons are generally vegan, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's so funny. All right. So where'd you get your protein?
Well, I didn't do it, but I've got this lovely little thing that I think we'll post on the thing later somewhere.
Oh, yes. I like the look of that.
Yeah. Is it backwards in your screen? So what it is my protein-rich foods reminder. And it's just a list of where you can get your protein from. And we have I know we're on protein. Oh, dropping all the magnets off the fridge. I have my iron-rich foods list as well. So where do you get me protein? I'm not going to go through them all, but almonds, avocados, beans, broccoli, chickpeas, lots of seeds, kidney beans, rice, spaghetti, walnuts, tofu, sunflower seeds. There's plenty of places to get protein, but everyone has a panic about it, don't they?
Yes. We get our protein the same place the animals get theirs from.
Shock horror.
Can you believe it? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I've started having some peanuts and cashews every day to try and make sure I'm getting some, and been a bit more intent on having some greens as well, because like you mentioned, broccoli and stuff like that it's just an easy thing to just chuck a portion on the side of your dinner, whatever you're having.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned earlier about the relearning thing, because you're having to unlearn what you've been told for all these years, and then you're having to relearn nutrition, and you're going to miss bits. And we got low in iron, and we'd only got low in iron. That's why we've got this poster, because we were doing that thing of life's busy. I can't be bothered to make a nutritious meal. I'm just going to chuck something in the oven. And actually, iron, let's move on from protein. Iron is basically all your green vegetables, all of them.
Yes.
Spinach, kale, lettuce. I'm having to look now because I can't forget. I can't remember. Onions, Brussels sprouts. Come on.
Brussels.
We love a Brussels sprout. But it's just we were lacking in all them. So we've got some supplements in just to give us a boost, and just making a bit more of an effort to cook better, and then we can drop the supplements once we're back up to speed. But that's just a learning process. You can still get the stuff from vegetables, but we've been taught for so very long that we must eat meat. And
what I find hilarious is that just because you eat meat doesn't mean you're getting enough protein anyway. Or iron. So you could easily eat meat and still not get it right. It's just that people go to that. It's a cliche, really, isn't it? That vegans don't get enough protein or iron, and we're all weak and about to collapse because of not getting enough stuff, which is just obviously nonsense.
Yeah,
because all you've got, like you say, you've got to unlearn your ways of cooking in the past and just reset it, basically, haven't you? And learn new stuff. And some of the stuff that I've eaten in the past few years, I would never have dreamed of eating before. But you have a go, you cook it up. More accurately, my wife cooks it up, and all of a sudden you've got a new delicious dinner that you think, I could eat that every week.
I find it easier cooking now. I find it a lot easier cooking.
Really?
Mostly because you haven't got to make sure it's cooked.
Oh, that's true. You're not going to poison yourself.
At the end of the day, you can eat raw vegetables. They might be a bit hard, but you can eat them. So if you do undercook something, you're still going to be fine.
Yeah.
it doesn't. It doesn't matter. So, it's just so much easier. It's again. I hate to keep repeating myself, but it's just relearning nutrition and what's good for you. It's all good
and
for you.
And the great thing now is that there is so many resources online that finding recipes in seconds is so easy.
Yeah.
All you need to do really is follow a few Instagram accounts, then you find a couple of blogs, with recipes on, and you're away.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how easy it is, really.
Yeah, completely. There's as many vegan cookbooks out there now as every other cookbook. You can't really get it wrong. I will stop. And what I was about to say leads into the next question.
Okay, so how have things changed for you?
I know it would have been the question after that. How have things changed for me? No, it's fine, doesn't matter. How have things changed for me? I think I don't know. I just find things that, repeating what we just said in the last bit, I find things so much easier. We don't have to overthink what we're eating.
Mm-hmm.
So much. It's a bit weird, but yes, that's not the greatest explanation, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't really know what changed. I don't think anything did. I just realised that I was eating wrong for so long, and it just wasn't good. And it's like I never really knew what meat sweats were. But when you go to a barbecue, when I used to go to a barbecue and I would eat the crap out of that barbecue, and now I can still eat the crap out of that barbecue and feel fine.
Yes.
It's the after. I'm sure there are people out there that you can't go to a barbecue if you're vegan, but it's
we've managed it.
Yeah. It's just you feel not that you felt sick after eating a lot of meat, but you just felt bleh. You felt full, really stupidly full, bloated. Yeah. Whereas now it's just like I feel full and I feel fine. I can just carry on with my day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
Magic.
Yeah. Yourself? Hopefully you give a better answer than me, because that was crap. What do I know?
I don't think that was.
Doesn't that prove what this is about though? Is that I don't know the answers. I ain't got a clue.
No, yeah. We're not saying we do know the answers. We're just having a chat, and people can listen if they feel like it. If you're still listening, well done.
No, I just took a drink. I just nearly spat all over my laptop.
It's not that sort of program. So things changed for me. I don't know if this is a great question, is it? But I guess at the start, I lost nearly a stone in weight.
Wow!
Just from the way that we changed that diet, not through exercising more. I had already started doing parkrun on a Saturday morning, regularly-ish, and I think within 6 months of going vegan, I think I'd taken about 2 minutes off my personal best.
Wow, that's incredible.
Again, not through more training.
No.
It was that I wasn't doing anything differently. I was doing the same like pre-run yoga on the good old Yoga with Adrian, and I wasn't running more. I wasn't exercising anymore differently. It can only have been my diet, because you don't tend to get faster as you get older.
No.
So it must have been the diet.
Wow.
So that must have been it. And I think, again, like you're saying, just not getting bloated and feeling crap after eating.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole, shall we say, of bowel movements. But that changed, and and then it goes normal. But it went.
Yes, there's definitely an adjustment.
You can edit that out if you want, but that was a strange thing.
Maybe we'll get a doctor on one week and we'll do a movement episode.
Wow. Get a doctor on, can you imagine?
Doctor of movements. Yes. Oh dear. So what advice would you give to anyone who's thinking about going vegan?
Big pause. You can edit that as well.
Like a bear.
Yeah, yeah. I've had a couple of people ask me for advice, to be fair, and I've said get on social media and go and look at as much social media as you can. Go and whatever's made you change, whatever's made you want to learn more. Go and learn more, because the more you learn, the deeper the rabbit hole goes, and that's what's important, I think.
Yes.
Don't overthink cooking at all. Absolutely don't overthink it, because people ask those stupid questions like the protein question, and just go and enjoy food.
Yeah,
you know, it's just it's going to be different. It's going to be a journey. It is a big change, but as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, then go with it. But go and get on as many social media things as you can. Find the ones you like, and just go with it, because it's cracking journey.
Yes, absolutely. I'd echo that, and I think do your research, plan your meals so that you've got stuff in, because I think if you haven't planned ahead, if you go to the fridge or the cupboard and there's nothing in there that you fancy or nothing that you can make, you've got to basically have stuff sort of in your locker, if you like, that you can knock up quickly if you can't be bothered to cook something fresh. Or if you don't have the time to cook something fresh. So you've got to have the ability to put something together that's so that then you don't sort of go back to a meat dish because it's easier or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So it does take some preparation and planning, the sort of food side of it. But it, like you said, there's plenty of support out there for recipes and further information. And we've been quite heavy on food so far. Obviously, one thing I didn't appreciate when I started on this road was there's a difference between being plant-based and being vegan. And I think the vegan aspect of it for me came a bit later on. Not ages later on, but I think we got the food bit sorted first, and then that's when we started looking at, okay, what about the clothes that we're buying? What about the toiletries that we're using? And all that kind of thing. And
I'm rubbish with toiletries. I can't get my head around toiletries.
Really?
What the wife has to do that, I'm just like, how the hell can ant deodorant be not vegan? It's just a spray, goddammit. I know. I know. I know now.
So hard. Yes, it is so hard. And things like, what detergent do you use in your washing machine or your dishwasher or all that stuff. And that is a rabbit hole in itself, like how far you can go with things like that. And even like, this is going to sound really knobby, but when I bought my car about this time last year, I was looking for a new car. I didn't want to get one with leather seats. It wasn't a new car, so the damage had already been done. But I still didn't want leather seats in my car. Because I would have felt uncomfortable with that.
But again, that whole thing, not the leather seats in your car, but this conversation is the fact that you'd always get called out for you're not vegan enough. It's like, no, I'm doing my bit. I'm doing what I can.
That's it.
And there's some vegans out there that are really, really like, what's the word I'm after?
Fundamentalist.
Fundamentalist militants, and it's just like they're like, well, you're not vegan because I wear leather boots at work, leather work boots. They're 4 years old. I went vegan 4 years ago. They were the boots I had at the time. I'm not just going to bin them because of that. You know, they're nearly on their way
That's a
out. And
waste.
next time I will go and I'll make sure that they are. You know, I'll go and get a pair of boots that I know. I'll do my research on that. But at the time, right now, I'm not just going to bin the boots because of it. But I'm sure someone will listen to this and go, I'm not listening to this podcast anymore because they're not vegan enough. You're not vegan enough. Blah, blah, blah. Sod off. Everyone's anyone that's trying, anyone that's giving it a go. Fair flipping play to you, I say.
Yeah.
It's madness.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. We always want to be as supportive as we can because we know how difficult it is. So I think it would be massively hypocritical to say to people, you're not vegan enough, or you shouldn't be doing this, or you shouldn't do that. I thought I was being good at work because I started having sweeteners in my coffee instead of sugar because I was trying to cut down on the amount of sugar that I was having. And then after 6 months, discovered that the sweeteners had milk in them.
No way.
Why the hell have sweeteners got milk? It's just a little thing of sugary stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to stop having them.
That's crazy.
What the hell is going on?
That's mad.
Yes, absolutely. So my advice would be, don't panic. Basically, someone should put that on a book. But if you mess up, it's not the end of the world.
No.
You know what? You'll feel bad for doing it, but don't beat yourself up about it. Just it's just a learning curve. You know, it's only a mistake if you make it twice, an old boss of mine used to say. So if you've done it once and you didn't know, just change that bit.
You only know what you know.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So vegan inspiration. Who's your vegan inspiration, Wes?
My wife. She'll love that. She'll love that.
Yeah, she will. Point to you.
My wife, right at the top, and then a little gap. Give it a gap at least, because then there's they're all bunched up then, and it's all all the legendary celebs that are there.
Right. Yeah.
And Earthling Ed, Joey Carbstrong, Mr. DiCaprio. And although he's my inspiration, I can't remember the life of what his name is. Mr. Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yes, okay.
What a legend. Yeah, my wife, and follow all them people on social media and learn what they're about. Have you seen Leonardo DiCaprio's Instagram?
I have not.
He's a legendary Hollywood actor, and if you didn't know that and you looked at his Instagram, you'd think, who's this? There's no promos for films or anything. It's just animals and climate stuff. It's wicked. It's really good. I was really impressed. I'm like, Leonardo DiCaprio's posted something. Oh, it's a leopard. All right, fair enough. It's a bit bizarre. But yeah.
Okay, that's
who's yours?
So I'm going to go with Greta. Because of the climate activism, because as a very, very lazy environmentalist, that was one of the reasons that Cowspiracy especially sort of touched a nerve with me. So I think for her to be doing the things that she does is just absolutely out of this world. To be that age and be able to stand up in front of all those people and do all that stuff is just mind-blowing for me. And I've got to say as well,
she's put up with a lot of shit as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And still going for it, and fair play to her. Massively.
And I think, yes, the old-time vegans, if you like, your wife is up there from when I first knew her. And also people like Alicia Silverstone.
I'm sorry, just quickly, the old-time vegans going to just confirm that my wife is not 40 yet.
No, that's true. Okay. Historic vegans, is that better? Ancient vegans?
Ancient vegans. Prehistoric vegans.
You put her at the top and I called her an ancient vegan. But people who were doing it years and years ago that made it easier for people like us. Yeah. Because we've come along and there's a ton of vegan stuff in the supermarkets that makes it quite easy in a lot of ways. to eat normal food, but without the death and destruction involved. So yes, people who have been vegan a long time, I guess it's a really sweeping statement, but yes, people
that have just like, I think what you're saying is that those people that put the word out there and started getting things changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like you said, going back to earlier when I first started taking my wife out on the date, I remember literally one of the first messages she sent me was, I can only really go to a Chinese restaurant because like that's the only place that do vegan food. I was like, okay, go to a Chinese restaurant then.
We're going to Chinese. Awesome. So, Okay, good. Right, we might need to pause because this is ridiculous.
Out of time.
No, my iPad's been charging, but the battery's gone from 30% to 7%.
Whoa!
So it's not really been charging very much. It's been anti-charging. So should we take? So I can log in on my phone instead,
okay,
and we can join the same call.
Fine.
Actually, can I do that now? Actually, let me join it now. And
if you come in,
you won't have to dial out.
Yeah. You're coming in twice, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to let me do this or not, but let's have a go.
Look at that.
I'm in. Right, hold on. Let me just put that there. Right, this one. I've got to come out of this one.
Wow, this is like some sort of wormhole.
There's two Matthews.
Wow. It's literally like seeing you in stereo.
Am I here?
You are.
I
just said it's literally like seeing you in stereo.
What more could you ask for?
Well, there you go. And we're still recording, so that was a lovely little trans. Don't
go in the J.K. Rowling route. Let's not get involved in that.
What was it?
Transformation. Transfer. Transport. I can't think of any other trends.
No, transmission.
Yeah.
Maybe transfer.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. So 3, 2, 1, and you're in.
Oh, good. Okay. Right. Where are we at then?
8.
8. Oh, do you know what? I can't see the questions.
So, what would you say is the best thing about being vegan?
Best thing, well, being better than everybody else is a good thing. No, I'll edit that out.
Being a fucking superhero.
Being awesome. The best thing for me is so I mentioned before that I do park run, and I think it must have been someone I followed on Instagram who was vegan, and one weekend I saw they put up a photo of them in a running vest, and it said vegan runners across the front. Nice. And I was like, oh, hello. I'm both of those things. So did a little bit of Googling, and I found this running club. It's the second or third largest running club in the country.
Wow, that's good.
Got around 3,000 members, I want to say.
Cool.
And I've met so many awesome people through that. It's been absolutely fantastic and really motivating as well. And people from all walks of life. And we get up on a Saturday morning. We'll go and do park runs across the country. And there's a Facebook community. There's a guy who lives maybe half a mile down the road who's a vegan runner. Another guy who's maybe 2 miles away. We'll meet up on a Saturday and we'll go traveling around the area to different park runs, wearing our shirts, meeting up with other vegans. We did one last weekend at Urchester Country Park, and there were 17 of us on the results,
amazing.
which was a great turnout for our area. And then we all went for brunch at the local animal shelter, which was
wow,
really, really awesome. So
I can imagine.
Just being in, and it's a vegan cafe as well, so everyone's vegan. So it was just really sort of motivating and inspiring to keep meeting all these people who've all got the same sort of same goal and the same beliefs. It's
gone kind of full circle, hasn't it? Because we start the story with feeling a bit outcast, and then as you've gone along, you find a community that you're fully onboarded. It's more that the more, apart from the fundamental militants, it's all you accept everybody.
Absolutely.
Those of us that will accept people and just for who you are, for what you do. It's a community that you're all part of. It's really good. I think that's
absolutely.
Apart from saving the world, saving animals, and being more healthy, which is obviously the best thing about being vegan.
That goes.
I think it's that. I think it's the fact that when it's a nice little community to be part of, and like we said, there are people out there that will moan that you're not vegan enough, but the ones that are the same, the ones that aren't like that, it's just nice. You just chat. It's just chat about stuff, find more stuff out. There's another podcaster I listen to, and he said the best thing any food marketing company can do is make vegan food because they all talk about it. It's like, that's true. There's so many Facebook pages out there that say, "Have you heard about this thing in Morrison's? They've just done this. Is this deal on, or they've just released this pizza or this burger line," and you're like, "Wow!" And share it and let everyone know about it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, you think about all the fuss that there was when Piers Morgan was going on about the Greggs vegan sausage roll. I mean, you can't pay for that publicity, can you?
No. No such thing as bad publicity, is there?
No. You tell Prince Andrew that. I'll cut that bit out.
First episode banned.
Yeah, banned, or being a terrible car crash with a Fiat Uno in a Parisian tunnel.
Anyway,
go on, move on.
Because I've got that, haven't I?
Yeah, you've got the questions.
So, what's your favourite vegan product at the moment? What's your go-to thing you're enjoying?
Well, I'm actually wearing at the minute. If you can see this, I'm wearing my Adidas Stan Smiths.
Oh, lovely.
Which are the vegan version and are flipping brilliant.
Wicked. What are they made of?
I don't know. Stuff.
Just canvas.
No, it's the Stan Smiths are generally leather, but these ones, I don't know. It might just say I'm going to take it off.
Okay.
Stand by. It might just say other. It's a bit smelly. No, it doesn't say what it's made of. No, I don't know.
All right.
But they're flipping comfy. I'm not being paid by Adidas. I'm not being paid by Adidas to say that, surprisingly enough.
But if Adidas want to send you anything, then
I think, I know they don't really do much marketing, so they might want to reach out. It's up to them. Don't mind.
Fair enough.
So yes, my Stan Smiths and it's going to sound really route one, but Richmond meat-free sausages,
beautiful,
are quite tremendous. Yes, there's probably a load of other stuff that I just can't remember at the minute, but that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what we've had today. What we've had today for dinner. We had fish and chips for dinner.
Beautiful.
And it wasn't the fish that was great, but it was the Sackler vegan tartar sauce that we had.
Vegan tartar sauce.
Yeah. Just imagine what that must be like. It was tremendous.
Brilliant.
Really, really good. I think we got it in Asda, but I can't actually remember.
Wow.
but it was excellent. Really
Well,
excellent.
we went faux Scottish tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, being that it's Burns night, we had vegan haggis.
Oh, okay.
You won't believe
Yes.
this. I don't think anybody would believe this, but it tasted pretty much like an old school haggis, but with no death in it. But I
And
wouldn't.
not in a sheep's stomach.
And not in a sheep's stomach, just in some sort of bag thing. But I wouldn't go with that's my favourite go-to vegan product at the minute. I'm still a burger man, even from those carnivorous days. And I can't seem to get them, but Miami burgers, they're the best ones I've found. I love them. They were really good. They did them in Iceland, and I can't get them anymore from anywhere.
Oh,
but the co-op grow burgers are really good. Love them.
Okay.
And
interesting.
Hashtag VFC for chicken.
Oh, yes. 100%.
Yes. We'll have them on the podcast sometime. We'll get a message out there and say, come on in.
Definitely. Come on in and bring some free stuff.
Not that they need their marketing. Now they're in Tesco. No. I've just been doing a quick Google. Your trainers are made from mushroom leather.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So well, I've had these.
You get high.
I've had these since, I'm going to say since last summer.
Okay.
And they haven't worn any worse than normal leather trainers that I've had in the past. So
right, okay.
There's no issues at all, and I've worn them despite working from home pretty much forever. It feels like I do still wear them quite a lot, even if I'm just like around the house or whatever. So they've had some wear, and they've been absolutely brilliant.
Cool. Well, I'll tell you what, since you've been wearing them, you've become a much more fun guy to be around.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm going to say. That's it. I'm done.
Oh, jeez. That is tremendous. Well done. I might have to cut it because in case there's not enough space, we might not have much room for that sort of joking. Jeez. Well done.
So you have to edit this out because this isn't being included. But have you now not got the script?
No. Oh, shitbags. Hold on.
No, it's all right. You haven't got your phone, have you?
I have still got my iPad and it's still on about 2% charge, so I can just stand by podcast. Yeah, I've got it. Wait.
Do you want to just
twice?
Don't know.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Sorry, it's just that last bit in it.
To make it sound a bit more natural, do you want to sort of do a bit more of a that was the end of the first one type thing?
Yes, that's
because instead of going from the end of that question and then just going
just to thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Blah 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 blah. Sort of just because in my head
that makes sense.
I know. I keep saying I want it to be more natural.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
I agree with that. 100%. Yes.
Where'd you get your trainers from?
Oh, where did I get my trainers from? Might have been from the Adidas website, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I think there was a sale on. I think either that or no, I'm pretty sure they were from Adidas.
Okay.
I think.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, on that humdinger of a joke, which I thought I waited for that, and I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, you should be.
I think we should. We'll end it there for this time, and see what the next episode brings, I guess. So, thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed it and found something useful.
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, WordPress, and YouTube. Just search for How I Vegan Podcast.
And you can send an email or a voice note to us at howiveganpodcast@gmail.com.
See you next time.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
coughs over the end.
That's going to be our music, is it?
Me coughing like a twat. Oh, I suppose I better stop recording, eh? Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
I didn't start it.